Game of English with Luke Donovan. Matrix verb system. Continuous. I was flying, you were flying, he was flying, she was flying, it was flying, we were flying, you were flying, they were flying. I'm flying, you're flying, he's flying, she's flying, it's flying, we're flying, you're flying, they're flying. I'll be flying, you'll be flying, he'll be flying, she'll be flying, it'll be flying, we'll be flying, you'll be flying, they'll be flying. I wasn't flying, you weren't flying, he wasn't flying, she wasn't flying, it wasn't flying, we weren't flying, you weren't flying, they weren't flying. I'm not flying, you're not flying, he's not flying, she's not flying, it's not flying, we're not flying, you're not flying, they're not flying. I won't be flying, you won't be flying, he won't be flying, she won't be flying, it won't be flying, we won't be flying, you won't be flying, they won't be flying. Was I flying? Were you flying? Was he flying? Was she flying? Was it flying? Were we flying? Were you flying? Were they flying? Am I flying? Are you flying? Is he flying? Is she flying? Is it flying? Are we flying? Are you flying? Are they flying? Will I be flying? Will you be flying? Will he be flying? Will she be flying? Will it be flying? Will we be flying? Will you be flying? Will they be flying? Wasn't I flying? Weren't you flying? Wasn't he flying? Wasn't she flying? Wasn't it flying? Weren't we flying? Weren't you flying? Weren't they flying? Aren't I flying? Aren't you flying? Isn't he flying? Isn't she flying? Isn't it flying? Aren't we flying? Aren't you flying? Aren't they flying? Won't I be flying? Won't you be flying? Won't he be flying? Won't she be flying? Won't it be flying? Won't we be flying? Won't you be flying? Won't they be flying? Game of English with Luke Donovan. GameofEnglish.net.
Created using Powtoon.